Go.
All right. Public schools the idea came around this time. They were mainly opposed because Republican parents believed that schools would teach them different ideals than what they were teaching their kids. But they were still good because they separated the church from them, and most people were Protestant, so they chose that. Now, this guy here is Horace Mann. He was a state legislator who established the Board of Education. He developed an improved curriculum with a longer school year, better teacher training, and he was partly responsible for ending physical punishment in schools. And there's a biography, an expert written by him. This guy is Noah Webster, who published the Merriam-Webster dictionary. His books were really important this time, and they taught like 5 generations of kids to learn how to read and write.
All right, and medicine. So improvements in medicine in this time, today, you get shot or something, you go and you get the bullet taken out and taken up. In this time period, though, not so much. You get shot, you get it amputated. You get a crushed foot, amputated. Anything amputated. There's a 2-minute procedure. They use this bone saw here, and they just kind of cut through everything. And yeah,
amputated.
But during this time period, anesthesia was not really a thing until that this man right here, he kind of made it happen. And John Collins Warren, he he had anesthesia stuff that he started with dental stuff, and there was a lot of people that were very doubtative about his anesthesia, but after the procedure, the dude didn't kick or scream or bite or yell or run out. He just kind of laid there. So, yeah. But yeah, that was early improvements in medicine. Alright, this guy here. This is the body dietary reform, which was basically this dude here, Sylvester Graham. He was a health nut, and he had a following of people called Grahamites that basically they were a bunch of health nuts that wanted everything to be a certain way. They wanted food to be a certain way, vegetables, all the good stuff. And he was basically the father of bran bread and graham crackers. But that's another thing. Alright, again, Sylvester Graham, Grahamites, graham crackers. He was born on July 5th, 1795. Died on September 11th, 1851. No coincidence, I swear. He not only was, a health nut and everything, but he was a Presbyterian minister for before becoming a lead figure in the temperance movement. So yeah, that's Sylvester Graham. Sylvester Stallone. All right, moving on to Kellogg, who was kind of like the first doctor, but he came up with cornflakes. It's great. He was what's it called? He's like the first pharmacist, kind of. He wrote things like tobacco is poison, and he kind of voiced his opinion and stuff, made cornflakes and Kellogg's brand everyone knows today, unless you just don't like cornflakes. Yeah, that's old Kellogg.
Okay, so state-supported universities, basically the states paid for the universities, so they were public to everyone. And the thing that got them starting up was federal land grants, so they started growing. Okay, Emma Willard, she basically grew up with like her dad teaching her how to read and write and stuff like that. So she was like, she believed in women like having a high education. So she became a teacher, and she moved to Troy, New York, where she made her own Troy Female Seminary, where she taught women to basically prepare them for university. Okay, Oberlin was a college, and it actually accepted women. It was like the first college to accept them in 1837. And before that, women would only receive elementary level education.
McDuffie, he was famous for making a series of books that taught different age groups. There were 6 levels of difficulty, and he made them so they could learn moral and ethical lessons, basically. And then changes in higher education. At first, women and blacks and African Americans, they couldn't go to college or anything, but later they saw that that wasn't good, because even women needed to be educated, because they needed to know, basically they said that they needed to know how to do their job right, and they needed to know how to be good teachers, that they can be good teachers to the kids too. Women's education, well, they really didn't educate them after elementary school, just in college. But they saw that that wasn't working out so well, because most women were teachers and they needed their teachers to be more educated also. So they went to college for that, and they also went to college for like housekeeping reasons and to keep their house nice and tidy also. And that's all.
Okay, well, I don't know why I wasn't saved, but there was, speaking of, it would relate to women's education and higher education. As Kim said, it was really, really hard for women back then to get a high education. So whenever you think of someone smart, it would typically be a male. But another lady who contributed to this in a very big way, she was a huge women's rights activist. Her name was Mary Lynn, and she was a pioneer in the struggle to establish institutions of higher education for women. She established an institution for women to go there and receive the higher education that they needed. And she founded the Mount Holyoke Female Seminary in 1837 at South Hadley, Massachusetts, which became the model for institutions for higher education for women in the United States.